The morning sun cast golden lines across Westbridge High's courtyard, where students hurried past, laughing, shouting, pretending they ruled the world. But near the fountain, one girl wasn't rushing anywhere. Her name was Amber Collins, 16, with short brown hair and clear green eyes that saw everything. She sat in her wheelchair, her small hands folded over the armrests. Her backpack was patched, her clothes simple. People barely noticed her anymore. She had learned to make herself invisible after too many cruel stares, whispers, and the kind of laughs that left bruises deeper than fists. A group of seniors stood by the steps. Jake Miller, the school's soccer captain, tall and smug, Tara with sharp eyeliner and sharper words, and Liam, who followed Jake like a shadow. They weren't just bullies, they were the kind who treated cruelty like entertainment. That morning, their eyes landed on Amber. Jake smirked. "Look who's blocking the ramp again." Amber looked up quietly. "I'm not blocking anything. I'm waiting for class to open." Tara snorted. "Then wait somewhere else, Wheels. This isn't your personal parking spot." Liam laughed, tossing his football from hand to hand. "Or maybe she wants attention. You know how they do." Amber's throat tightened. She could have rolled away, but every time she did, they followed. So she stared down at her lap and tried to ignore them. That only made Jake's grin widen. "Fine, we'll help you move." Before she could react, he kicked the side of her wheelchair. It jolted backward, wheels scraping. Her books spilled to the ground. The fountain water splashed onto her shoes. Tara's laughter echoed across the courtyard. Students nearby turned, saw what happened, and did nothing. Funds came out, whispers spread, and Amber sat frozen, eyes wide, as humiliation burned through her like fire. Then a new voice cut through the noise. "What the hell are you doing?" Everyone turned. A tall girl with chestnut brown hair tied in a messy ponytail stood at the gate, holding a backpack slung across one shoulder. Her name was Riley Trent, the new transfer. Her uniform wasn't even buttoned properly yet, but her eyes, cold, sharp, unblinking, made the bullies take a step back. Jake raised an eyebrow. "Who are you?" "Another charity case." Riley dropped her bag on the ground, stepped closer, and looked at Amber first. "You okay?" Amber's lips trembled. She nodded, but her eyes said no. Riley turned back to Jake. "Pick her books up." Jake scoffed. "Excuse me, pick them up?" Her tone didn't rise, but it hit like a punch. Tara stepped forward. "You better chill, new girl. You don't even know who you're talking to." Riley's expression didn't change. "I don't need to. I just saw what you did." The crowd's silence thickened. Jake's smirk faltered, then returned. "You got a big mouth. You want to be next." Riley tilted her head. "Try me." Something about her calmness scared him, but his pride didn't allow him to back down. He stepped closer, pushing his chest out, his friends flanking him. Amber's heart raced. She wanted to tell Riley to walk away, but Riley didn't move. Jake shoved her shoulder. "Move, before I make you." The sound that followed wasn't a shout or a scream. It was the slam of Riley's hand, grabbing his wrist and twisting it down so fast Jake dropped to his knees with a groan. She didn't even flinch. Her movements were fluid, controlled, like someone who'd done this before. "What the?" Liam lunged forward, and in a flash, Riley spun, using his own momentum to send him stumbling backward. The courtyard gasped. Riley released Jake, who stumbled to his feet, red with humiliation. "You psycho!" he spat, clutching his wrist. 15 minutes. Riley said, voice cold. "You've got 15 minutes to apologize to her before I stop holding back." Everyone froze. "What are you talking about?" Tara sneered. Riley stepped closer, her eyes burning. "You'll find out." The bell rang. Students scattered. The bullies walked away, muttering threats. Amber sat still, staring up at Riley like she wasn't sure she was real. "You didn't have to do that," Amber said softly. Riley crouched beside her, gathering the fallen books. "Yeah, I did." She handed them back, dusting off the covers. "You shouldn't have to take that." Amber looked down. "They always do this. Everyone just watches." "Not anymore." Riley's voice was steady, like a promise. That afternoon, whispers filled the halls. Everyone was talking about the new girl who flipped Jake Miller. Some called her crazy. Others called her brave. Teachers didn't believe it until videos started spreading. But Riley didn't care. She wasn't there to impress anyone. She was there for her own reasons. A transfer from another district where she'd left something behind. In art class, Amber rolled in late, eyes down. Riley was already there, sketching quietly. She gestured for Amber to sit beside her. "Hey," Riley said softly. Amber hesitated, then smiled faintly. "Hey." They talked between brush strokes. Riley learned that Amber used to love swimming before her accident. A car crashed 2 years ago that took her father's life and her ability to walk. Amber learned that Riley lived with her older brother, a martial arts instructor who raised her after their parents died. "So that's where you learned those moves?" Amber asked, half smiling. Riley shrugged. "Something like that. My brother taught me never to watch someone get hurt and do nothing." Amber's eyes softened. "You really didn't have to step in." Riley looked at her. "I don't like bullies. They remind me of the people who used to laugh when my brother came home with bruises because we couldn't afford fancy clothes." For a moment, the air was quiet. Two girls connected by invisible scars. Then came the voice they both dreaded. Jake. He entered the art room, Tara and Liam behind him. "Hey, hero," he said mockingly. "Got your 15 minutes of fame." Riley didn't look up. "You're out of time." And Jake smirked. "You think I'm scared of you?" Amber whispered, "Riley, don't." But Riley stood, pushing her stool back slowly. "You should have used those 15 minutes to apologize." Tara rolled her eyes. "You gonna fight in front of the teacher's desk? Real smart." Riley leaned forward slightly, her voice low. "I don't need to fight. You'll expose yourself." As if on cue, the door opened, and Mr. Harris, the art teacher, walked in. "What's going on here?" Jake quickly straightened. "Nothing, sir. We were just talking." Riley picked up a sketchbook and handed it to him. "You might want to look at this first." Inside were sketches, Amber's sketches. The ones Jake and his friends had torn from her notebook last week, drawn over with mocking doodles, hateful words. She had taped them back together quietly, but Riley had found them earlier and kept them. The teacher's face darkened. "Jake, Tara, Liam, my office." Now, the class went silent as the three bullies froze. Tara shot Riley a murderous look, but she didn't say a word. As they left, Amber whispered, "How did you?" Riley smiled faintly. "You'd be surprised what people reveal when they think no one's watching." E22 after class, Amber found Riley outside under the oak tree. "You really didn't hold back," Amber said with a shaky laugh. Riley looked up at the clouds. "I told them 15 minutes. Amber's voice softened. "Thank you." Riley turned to her. "You don't need to thank me. Just promise me something." "What?" "Don't ever hide again." Amber's throat tightened. For the first time in a long while, she believed she didn't have to. That night, Riley sat by her window, staring at the stars. Her phone buzzed. Her brother's message. "Heard you stood up for someone again. You never change." She smiled faintly, but her eyes were heavy. "Yeah," she whispered to herself. "And I'm not done yet." Because she knew Jake wouldn't stop that easily. He'd come back, angry and humiliated. And when he did, Riley would be waiting. The first chapter closed not with peace, but with quiet determination. The calm before the storm.